Hello and welcome everyone to another battle replay video by Lord Snake. As you can see by the new background, the Bretonnian patch did come out, so of course, I'm playing as Bretonnia and my opponent played as the Warriors of Chaos. I brought to the battlefield the Fay Enchantress on the back of a unicorn steed. I also got a paladin on the back of a Pegasus steed. I have 3 peasant mobs, 4 Spearmen-at-Arms without shields, a Grail Reliquae, 2 foot squires, 2 peasant bowmen with pox arrows, a unit of Knights of the Realm, a unit of questing knights, and finally a unit of Hippogryph Knights, Royal Hippogryph Knights. Oh, and I also had a Blessed Field Trebuchet as well. So you can see Bretonnia's roster definitely got upgraded quite a lot. Now you can see the peasants in all of their not glory with their pitchforks and their shovels. The Spearmen-at-Arms, which are essentially just a slightly more trained version of peasants. The Grail Reliquae, which is pretty much just a dead Grail Knight being hoisted up by a couple of battle peasants, or battle pilgrims, sorry. Pretty much is just there to inspire the men. And here we have the Blessed Field Trebuchets. Basically, they just huck rocks that have been blessed with holy magic. Here you can see that my opponent kind of started way off on the other side, and I suppose I should probably announce his army. He had Sarthorael the Everwatcher. He also had a Chaos Giant, 4 units of Chaos Warriors with halberds, 2 units of Aspiring Champions, 2 units of Chaos Warhounds over there in the distance, and he had 3 Feral Manticores. You can see he was just hanging back just outside of my trebuchet's range. So I think I started moving my guys up a little bit, inch by inch. Nope, never mind, they're firing. There's the Fay Enchantress, looking very elegant on the back of that unicorn there.
Launch!
So here you can see my opponent baited my field trebuchets with his manticores, but I quickly redirected them onto some Chaos Warriors. You can also see that my Hippogryph Knights are moving up to engage those manticores. There's the glorious pox arrows, poisoning that manticore. You can see that the Hippogryph Knights pretty much just shred through Feral Manticores. There goes the first Hippogryph Knight. There's the second one. Now you can see his Chaos Warhounds were kind of messing up one flank, but the main concern was his Giants, of course. I immediately started casting, oh no wait, that was my opponent casting Gehenna's Golden Hounds, and I believe that was a transmutation of lead? Or no wait, a Plague of Rust, sorry. That's when I started casting some healing magic. You can see these feral manticores that did break came back and immediately went after my peasant bowmen, unfortunately. You can see I did get my Hippogryph Knights around to deal with that as quick as I could. And I did manage to shatter one of the manticores in the distance. That's a lot of fleeing peasants, but luckily the paladin arrived, so they all kind of turned around. There's the paladin going one-on-one with the manticore. Well, I guess it isn't one-on-one if there's a bunch of peasants getting mowed down. Sarthorael. You can see that I finally got done killing off that manticore right over there, so I sent my Hippogryph Knights after this giant. You got Sarthorael over there. God, that is a hard name to enunciate. And my foot squires kind of just get stepped on. Some more healing magic on my peasants here, and you can see that I also have the questing knights dug in. Some more natural magic to do some damage to these Chaos Warriors.
Die, man!
Over Sarthorael's head. My Hippogryph Knight came back after running away from the giant. Over on this flank, you can see I did get these foot squires around, and they were kind of helping out my Knights of the Realm, who kept breaking and coming back into the fight. These foot squires were faring much better. Most of their opponents had been softened up quite a lot before I sent them into the fight. Here I used an item with the Fay Enchantress. Isn't that beautiful? All the dead. You can see the giant and Sarthorael were still wreaking havoc amongst my peasants. There he cast a glittering robe spell upon those Chaos Warriors with halberds. And I had a bunch of my peasants kind of rally and come back into the fight here. Hopefully my questing knights can get the Achilles tendon with those big swords. Oh, there he goes. And I think the only one that was still in the fight at this point for my opponent was his general here. He was fighting against my general. You can see she just casts some magical spells as her weapon. She doesn't even have a sword or anything to swing with. finally I brought down Sarthorael, so that concluded with a Pyrrhic victory. A very GG to my opponent, nor desire? Desire? French. Anyway, you can see on my side, I had my foot squires do pretty well for their exchange rate. Also, my Knights of the Realm, questing knights, and field trebuchets did really well. And even though they only got 2 kills, my Royal Hippogryph Knights were only targeted at my opponent's big units, so that's kind of why they didn't do too hot. On my opponent's side, Sarthorael, his Warriors of Chaos all did amazing, and finally his Giant all did excellent. His Feral Manticores didn't really get too much of a chance though, and you can see my Peasants did absolutely atrocious like they should. But since my Grail Reliquae was there, they didn't all run away like pretty much at the beginning of the fight, so they stood long enough to absorb some damage, and that's their primary job, I see. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this Bretonnia DLC as much as I am. I know it's free, so it's awesome. They added a lot of stuff for free, so I'm happy about that. And I'll probably see you guys in the next week or two. Have a good one.